welcome back to Liz Art Studios. Today we have a wonderful lesson. We are going to be learning about geometrical shapes, and we are going to be drawing, and we are going to be cutting and making a collage of a person, a mother, a father, a girl, or a boy. So you stay right here and pay attention. So these are the materials that we are going to be needing. Today you are going to need a pair of scissors, little for little hands and a bigger one for me because I have bigger hands. Okay, we are going to also be needing a marker, a black marker. You are going to need a glue stick because we are going to be gluing later on. Okay, and you're also going to need some newspaper that has lots of letters, so it doesn't really matter what it says, it's just newspaper, so we could practice cutting and we could practice drawing on the newspaper. Okay, so great. So guys, let's begin. Okay, so we are going to start practicing making geometrical shapes. So let's review them. I have them right here so you can see what we are going to be doing today. And I'm going to make them right here on this paper for you so you can see how to make them, okay? So let's see. First shape that we are going to be looking at is the square. A square has 4 sides and they are all equal in size. So when we make a square, we want to practice that the 4 sides are equal, the same size. The second shape that we're going to be looking at is the triangle. And to make a triangle, it has 3 parts. So you begin from the top, okay, and you go down and you make the same line on the other side, going down also at an angle. And then you put the bottom right here, and there you go. You have a triangle. Okay, guys? Third shape that we're going to be making today is going to be a circle. And for a circle, you need to practice. Remember the invisible practice? We put the top on our marker, we put the marker down, and we do an invisible circle. And when we are ready, we take the top off, put it in the back, and we make the circle. Sometimes it's not going to be perfect, but it's okay because when we cut, we'll make it just fine. Alright, so don't worry. Now, the next shape that we're going to be looking at is the rectangle. A rectangle is just like a square but longer. 2 sides are much longer than a square. So if you see the square, we're going to make the top long, we're going to make the bottom long, and the sides smaller. And that makes a rectangle. Okay? Now, the last shape that we're going to be doing today is an oval. And ovals are like circles, but they're also longer in one side. They're like more or less like an egg, like the eggs of a bird. Okay, so I'm going to try to make an oval right here next to the circle, and I'm going to do the same thing. First, I'm going to practice with the top on, okay, and I'm going to practice, and now that I'm ready, I'm going to take the top off, and I am going to make an oval. Voila! Yes, I did it! Okay, now let's continue, okay? And let's practice on our newspaper. So guys, now that I have my newspaper here, it doesn't matter what the newspaper says. So just, just take the newspaper in front of you, put it right here in front of you, take your marker, and we are going to be making 1 big square and 1 small square. Watch me. Anywhere on the paper, maybe in the corner here. 1 big square and 1 small square. You see how I always put my hand down here so I could hold on the paper and it doesn't move when I'm drawing, okay? So you always use your other hand to help you draw. Now I'm going to make a big triangle and a small triangle. Watch. Now I have my big and my small triangle. Now I'm gonna make a big circle and a small circle. Watch. Okay, perfect. Now I am going to make a big rectangle and a small rectangle. Let's draw this. Big rectangle and small rectangle. Great! And the last shape that I'm going to draw is an oval, a big oval and a small oval. So watch me. First I'm going to practice because this one is very difficult to do. Okay, so watch. There we go. And now a small oval. Perfect. And now it's time to put the top of on the marker, put it aside, I'm going to take my big scissors, you take your little scissors, okay? And now I am going to take my newspaper, okay? And I am going to cut all the shapes out. So just watch me. So now that I have cut all of these pieces of paper, what we're going to do is make something that looks like a person, okay? So we're gonna use our shapes wisely, we're gonna think, and we are going to put it right here on the paper. You could use a colored paper or you could use a white paper. It doesn't matter what kind of paper you use. I'm gonna use a colored paper because that's the one that I have, okay? So I'm going to begin seeing how I put things together. And now I have this thing that looks like a person. It's not perfect, it's not a perfect person, but it looks more or less like a person with arms and a head, a neck, and legs. Now, what do we want to do? We want to take our glue stick and we want to glue this down. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, and now I am finished gluing my work down. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to write my name right here at the bottom. I am going to write the year that I made it because it's always nice to have the year down. So it's 1-9, and what I'm going to do is give it to my teacher. Well, you're going to give it to your teacher. We're going to save it for next time because next time we are going to be finishing our piece of artwork. And you see how it is right now? Well, next time it's gonna be amazing. You're gonna see all the things that we're going to do to this piece of artwork. So I hope you enjoyed today's class. Today we went over squares, triangles, circles, rectangles, and ovals. We drew them, we cut them, and then we started to make a collage out of newspaper. So remember, I'll see you next week to finish off our beautiful collage. Have a wonderful day and have a wonderful week. Bye guys, take care.